CubanSRT back with another video, man, and today is gonna be a little educational video, a little bit educational and a little bit of what's just going on around the world right now, or around the United States mainly, with, you know, Mopar owners, Dodge Chargers, Hellcats, Scat Packs, things like that. I'm in the car, so this is gonna be like a little car vlog style video, and boy, I had to turn the car off because it's super loud, but it's also super hot, so I might have to turn this car back on. Give me 1 second. Oh my god. So as you can see, and I'm gonna give credit where credit's due, this video titled Dodge Challengers and Chargers Getting Repoed right here. This video has 441,000 views in the past 13 days, and there's another video similar title, 135,000 views, and a lot of videos touching on the subject. So Dodge Chargers and Challengers, why are they getting repoed? Well, let's talk about it. One of the main reasons I think this is becoming such a phenomenon, or such a thing going on like a lot and happening to a lot of different people, is because a lot of people get into these cars and they can't afford them. Like, it'll be a young person, or heck, even an old person. They'll try to get into this car. They'll have like one payment for it. They'll have the down payment and then one payment, and then the next month comes and they can't pay it. So, you know, it's a lot of that going around. So definitely I would suggest, if you don't have like a year's worth of payments for that car, don't even try to get into it. That's just, obviously everybody has like guidelines, like, oh, you need to put 30% aside for this, 50% aside for that, blah blah blah. Everybody got their own guidelines, but I would just say a general good rule of thumb is, you know, have a money buffer, so if you ever get like an emergency situation or something like that happens, you still have money and your car's not gonna get repoed. The next thing that happens a lot, like we're talking about, a lot of people get into these cars and they can't pay it. Like, you get into a Hellcat that can be anywhere between a $1,200 to almost a $2,000 a month payment, depending on what trim you got, if it's a jailbreak, red eye, things like that. So a lot of people, they'll get into these cars, they can't afford it, and then they don't want to put their pride to the side and say, okay, let me go sell this car back or trade it in. No, they're gonna keep that car because they don't want to sell it. They want to keep driving, like, oh, I own this Hellcat, blah blah blah. Me personally, look, if I can't pay for that car, I'm selling it the next day, man. I don't care. I'm gonna let people clown me. I'm like, oh, you got into that car, you can't afford it no more. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it. I'm gonna trade it in for a cheaper car that affords my budget or something. And I did that with my first Hellcat, bro. I was in over my head. I couldn't afford it really with the job I had at the time. So after a couple months, I traded it in, got a Scat Pack, more affordable, and I went back into the Hellcat. So it's all about time and knowing when to get things. You don't want to rush into things. But so why am I making this video? Like, what does it mean for you, me, whoever's watching this video? What is the benefit that we can get from this? That's a question you guys always got to ask yourself when there's a big problem going on, to see if you can benefit from it. So in the video that I showed you guys here, and I'll put it up here in case it didn't focus too good on the camera, but in the video he's talking about a lot of these cars are getting repoed and getting like small repo damage, and then because of the small repo damage or the payments on the car or whatever, a bunch of factors, the dealers don't want to resell that car, so they'll just send it to places like Copart and try to sell it there to make their money quick, instead of having to wait for that car to be sold again, because chances are someone's looking at the Carfax, looking at the dent scratches, seeing that it was repoed. It kind of, you know, I wouldn't say like turns them off completely, but it's like a small little turn off compared to when you get a car for just a little bit more that's brand new, no damage, things like that, you know what I'm saying? So because they're getting sold at a cheaper rate, you can actually go on Copart yourself and buy these cars at that cheap rate. So you can basically get yourself a nice brand new Hellcat with some minor dents, damages, for a great price on Copart. You just gotta find the right deal. When you find the right deal, you can make anything happen, man. So that's really how you can benefit from it. Comment down below, guys, what would you do? Would you buy like a Hellcat or Scat Pack for like a huge discounted price with just like a couple dents or scratches that you can fix for like a couple $100s? Would you do that compared to going and buying it brand new? Drop in the comments below if that's something you would do. All right, and the next thing we're gonna talk about in this video is how you can go about avoiding this to make sure this doesn't happen to you. One easy way you can avoid this, like I said, make sure you got that money buffer in place, man, so you're not getting this car repoed. If you can't make a payment, at least you have that money from that buffer to make that payment with, and then you go and sell it the next day. Because if you miss a payment and you think you're gonna miss the next one again, man, don't even think about it. Just go trade it in, get your money situation out, learn a high income skill, learn how to budget your money better, you know, just increase the cash flow and everything. But don't go going crazy like, how am I gonna afford this? But just get rid of it. Don't stress about things like that. You know, it's not worth it going on your credit report, things like that. Another thing, if you get that car repossessed and you try to get a car like that in the future, even if you do get a car like that in the future and that thing stays on your credit report from that repossession, your credit score is gonna be horrible. They're gonna give you crazy interest rates, things like that. Guys, if you guys are struggling with your credit, I'll put the link to MJM Credit Consultants here. The link is in the description. So guys, if you're being affected by bad credit because of a past repossession, late payments, collection, things like that, hit up MJM Credit Consultants, because they help remove late payments, collections, and repossessions, things like we're talking about in this video. Because you want to go into that dealership with a clean credit report, or to the bank with a clean credit report, so they can give you the best interest rate, the best terms and everything, so you can get that car with a great price and not get it repossessed again because the price is just stupid high. So on to the next thing. Like everything in life, you always want to plan. So a lot of people go into these cars and they don't have a plan of how they're going to pay for it, how they're going to structure the budget around it. So like I said, basically it's just quick little things that you can do, but a lot of people don't do it, man. So make sure you're taking the time to do these things and not let it happen to you. But what do I think about it personally? As far as being in like the Mopar scene and everything, it kind of sucks seeing people get their cars repossessed and everything and stolen. Like if you're in the Mopar scene, you know a lot of people are getting their car repossessed, a lot of people are getting their car stolen, and that's a different topic for another video for another day. But man, there's a lot of cars being stolen, man. We need to get like sponsored for some like lock prevention or something like that, man. I got the strap and everything. Somebody get close to the the cat, but it is what it is, man. I hope nobody has to go through that in my close circle. But yeah, it sucks that people are having to go through that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video. It really helps the channel grow. And make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for more videos in the future.